Coverage coming your way is presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Well, hello again and welcome, Rich Lerner, alongside my friend and colleague Frank Nobilo. We are in the great state of North Carolina, set to kick off the round here at Quail Hollow. Frank, it is one of the most well-respected courses on tour.
And for good reason, Rich. Great layout. Also, we said hello to Rory McIlroy and Ricky Fowler. They recorded their first ever PGA Tour wins at this very golf course.
Now set to start the round here at Quail Hollow. This first hole is a 418-yard par 4. Frank, walk us through it.
Yeah, it's tricky actually. It's not overly long, but you can see this requires a very good tee shot. Not necessarily with a driver either. Just something that gets the ball in play. Green's really the issue here because it's got a big mound in the middle of it.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. A familiar waggle of Jason Dufner getting set for the approach.
There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Frank, what's the right play here on this approach at the first?
You can go at the flag here at the opening hole, Rich, because the flag's normally in these little pockets on the screen around the big ridge in the middle.
You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
He'll need to be strong with this. Dufner's been solid all day. This one again for par. Dufner has it for the par. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Just a couple of feet. Even par early on. Teeing it up here at the second hole, Frank, it's a short par 3.
Yeah, it plays a little bit downhill, about half a club, Rich. There's a sort of shallow bunker in that back area, and also that green starts to reduce in size on the left side. Good par 3.
So on the putting surface and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. That one is bunker bound, it looks like. Well, the tee shot has landed in the bunker. Now from the bunker.
Yeah, just a little splash out on this par 3. Oh, that's off the beaten track. You got 5 minutes to find it. Even par currently.
Right off the edge. Wow.
That hurts.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. So with that, 1 over par. So they'll tap in. Did the job right there. Moving on to the third hole now. It's a par 4, 452 yards.
Big sweeping dogleg left, and the fairway actually goes in the opposite direction of the dogleg. Must hit a good tee shot for 2 reasons. One, to find the fairway, and also the length of this hole, over 450 yards.
So that sets up a tougher second shot, missing the fairway with the drive, now in the rough. And it is not looking like a good lie. Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster instead. I see a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par. Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Getting set now over the putt. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Ricky over the putt for par. Oh my goodness, how did he miss that? And that's a par for Jason Dufner, the 2013 PGA champion. Trying to get out of here with just 1 dropped shot. This is for bogey. +1 in the early going. Now to the 4th hole here at Quail Hollow, just under 490 yards.
Yeah, they used to have the tee on the right side, which actually made that tee shot very uncomfortable. When they put the new tee box in on the left side, it's a little easier to hit that fairway because that fairway slopes from right to left.
Frank, one of our colleagues at Golf Channel, Brian Hammond's always liked to say, keep it in the short grass. It is nice to play from the fairway.
The game's so much easier from the fairway. Less decisions to be made. You don't have to worry about a flyer or the lip in front of the bunker or a tree. The game almost appears straightforward from there. Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Well, not this time. That one's in the rough. Might be a tough shot coming up.
Remember, out of the rough. Expect the ball to jump forward a little bit. Good recovery shot. Couldn't make the green, but at least he's back in play.
Played the smart shot right there. And from the fairway for his second shot here. Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
Fowler getting ready for his third. Good swing, good shot yet again. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Always two components to the long lag putt, the speed, number one, and then the read. And missed out on that second part. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. He was fooled a little bit on that one, Frank. Just a little tap in here. Okay, has it and stays at 1 over par. So 2 over par for the round. Now to the first par 5 here at Quail Hollow, the 5th hole. It's 570 yards, and it would seem, Frank, that this tee shot sets up well for a guy like Rory McIlroy.
It does. Someone that hits it long and moves the ball right to left, and that's what you're going to have to do here. One of the main reasons for that is not necessarily the dog leg, but the fact that the fairway, Rich, slopes away from you. It slopes to the right and away. So that makes that tee shot so much more difficult. Got the measurement out there, Rich. Looks like 290 yards.
Good lie in the fairway, a good chance to make something happen here. Frank, what's so compelling about rivalries in sports is that athletes need each other if they're going to go to great heights. Joe Frazier needed Muhammad Ali to solidify his legend. Jack Nicklaus probably needed Arnold Palmer to go to a place that he had not been. And I think that's true across the board as we look at rivalries in sports.
I think it defines careers, Rich. It's not until those players retire that they realised how important it was to have that foe. You know, so often we're living in the present like we are now with Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy. And it's not for years to come that we'll realise the sport wouldn't have been the same with one without the other.
He'll need to be strong with this. Just want to nestle this one down to within a couple of feet. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
Locked in on the read and the speed. So 1 over par for the round. Clean this up with a tap. So with that, the score is now at even par. Now set to tee off at the 6th. It is a long par 3, 250 yards.
We could take a little bit off for the downhill, but whichever way you look at it, it's still going to be a beefy par 3. Protected on the left by that front bunker, and if you sort of scoot one long, there's another bunker over there as well.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
This long putt for birdie could be a tough one here. Looks like he just misread that. Now a birdie bid for Jason Dufner. Everybody loves him. Birdie on the card. Just 5 feet left. In for bogey, now sitting at 2 over for the round. Well, Frank, an eagle is in play here at the par 5 7th.
And a 6, and a 7, and an 8, or a 9, actually. This is a potential scorecard record, the 7th hole. Many a tee shot has found that creek on the right, trees, problems on the left. There's no question there's a reward for a good tee shot here. But then there's a decision on, do you go for this par 5 and 2? It's not overly long, just over 530 yards. It is very tempting.
He moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough. Hazard?
Maybe wet. Frank, you've just hit one out of bounds. What's the way to approach this next shot?
Try and get the steam out of your ears for a start.
Third shot now after having gone OB. Well, this one is offline just a bit. Look out. That one is going to end up in the rough. How tough is this going to be now from the rough, Frank?
Oh, it's tough to say, Rich. I mean, so much is going to depend on that lie. I'm going to need a little bit of luck.
Just trying to make clean contact from the rough.
Well, that's a smart shot. A lot of people would have tried to be a little more heroic from there, but there was no need.
Back on the fairway, back in play. Ends up in the first cut, and he'll have a pretty good look at the whole location from here. Uh-oh, this could be trouble. This one is way offline and headed towards in the water. Too bad. This now the fourth shot after the last one was in the water.
Yeah, just somehow just get it on the green.
That is always so disappointing from that kind of a spot when you come up short.
Yeah, you're licking your chops over that one. A shot you think you could hit directly at the flag. Now, test for the short game.
Good strike right there, right off the center of the face and about 20 feet away. Bit of a mess here for Jason Dufner, his 5th shot. This is a cross-country special. Wow, I thought he made that. That was not a very good read right there. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Oh, dude. That, what a putt. Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. So with that, 1 over par. Frank, in modern professional golf, we're seeing more and more drivable par 4s, like the 8th here at Quail Hollow, 350 yards. What do you think of this hole?
It's not a bad hole. Drivable, some might say, but the angle of the green means it's hard for that tee shot to keep on the green. But I think the reward for hitting a driver is try and sort of aim at that tree just left of the green. And the reason why is then you've got to pitch up the direction of the green. This is a really narrow green.
They'll pay a little bit of a price for missing the fairway here because from that rough, you cannot control the spin on the golf ball. Digs in, ready for the bunker shot.
Yeah, second shot here. Just try and aim a little bit behind that ball, an inch or two.
He in the bunker, still with a chance for an up and down. Second shot coming out of the rough here.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Well, in the sand, but it has been raked nicely, looking for something positive. Here's Jason's birdie putt. Pretty good stroke right there, just to hit it through the break.
Well, it's that sort of distance. If it goes in, it's a bonus.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Hasn't been easy, but he'll take it. That's a par. 3 over for the day. Just a couple of feet. Solid par for Dufner. Well, Frank, what do you think of the ninth hole here at Quail Hollow?
Oh, I think it's a beauty, Rich. One of those long, nice drawing tee shots. 500 yards is a par 4. You have to hit a good drive down there. The fairway doesn't camber that much. The hole does dogleg to the left. Big advantage for a big tee shot here.
Well, not this time. That one's in the rough. Might be a tough shot coming up. That one ends up in the rough.
Oh, that went sideways.
Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means. Frank, it's a hard game to play from the high grass.
And that's where he's been more often than not today.
Good thing he stayed in the first cut, because just a couple of feet over, that rough is really deep. That one is bunker bound, it looks like. Well, too bad. He'll have to play from the bunker. Frank, in golf, as we know, there's short grass and there's long grass. We all want to be in that short grass, but it doesn't always work out that way. So what's the most important element from the shot, from the rough?
You have to be a little bit more conservative first and foremost, because you can't guarantee a perfect strike out of the long grass. So therefore you have to look around the greens, maybe short, to the right, to the left, and realize what's involved. And also just give yourself a slightly bigger target.
Just want to nestle this one down to within a couple of feet. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. So a drop shot. This for par. Dufner has it for the par. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. Here we are on the back nine now at Quail Hollow, and a good scoring opportunity to kick off the inward nine.
It is, Rich. It's sort of reminiscent of the 10th hole at Valhalla. Remember the challenge, or should I say the charge, that Rory McIlroy started that in that very hole when he made eagle. It's the same opportunity here. Reachable par 5, just under 600 yards, but you really could get off to a great start.
Oh, look out, Frank. Where's this one headed?
This is definitely rough, Rich, off the tee.
Into the thick stuff. That's a difficult lie. Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. That's a bit offline in the rough. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way.
Good recovery shot. Couldn't make the green, but at least he's back in play.
Played the smart shot right there. Frank in a bit of trouble here at the par 5, missing the green on that third shot.
Yeah, just battling to make par. And this is going to be difficult.
Let's see what Ricky Fowler can come up with here on the approach. This won't hurt him. On the green, and a chance for birdie. Frank just into that first cut.
Yeah, it's sitting up. Really, this isn't too bad a situation.
Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Could it be? In the words of the legendary basketball announcer Marv Albert, from way downtown, yes! Dufner, all about consistency, all about making these par putts. So, 2 over par for the round. Back here at the par 4 11th at Quail Hollow, set to tee off. What's the right game plan here, Frank?
Oh, there's 2 really. That left bunker off the tee, it's about 265 yards to get it on the fairway, or 308 yards, 310 yards run out there. I've seen players just try and carry the bunker, sort of set up a short iron. And I've seen players like Rory McIlroy just try and blast a driver with a hook on it. Both strategies have worked.
We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Wrong way pattern all day long. And this is just brutal. With that ball nestled down just a bit in that heavy rough. 170 yards away, second shot.
This is definitely not going down the fairway.
It doesn't look good. I think it's going to be in the deep rough. Frank, better than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that looked like it was headed for that thick stuff the whole way, but a little fortunate. But then I guess you're allowed that in this game.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. This is a pretty long putt here. You'd be happy to get this to within 2 or 3 feet. You really want to take the stress out of that next putt.
We often say, Rich, you should always try and make it. I've got to disagree with that. Lag putting, it's just about taking the strain off the next one. There's always other holes to be played.
From that distance, you settle for 2 putts. Just slides by.
Yeah, can't afford to miss too many of those out here today.
Just a tap in to finish the hole. That's a par. Stays at +2. putt for par. Needs one. Did the job right there. Here we are now at the 12th, and Frank, this is a beautiful but dangerous hole, par 4.
It is in a number of ways. The hole bends gently to the right, which you'd think would favor a nice little fade, but the fairway just seems to shrink up. I've seen this fairway missed by so many good players. And plus its yardage, 450 odd. You can't really lay back too far, otherwise you've got too long for your second shot. Oh, that's off the beaten track. You've got 5 minutes to find it. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Not the longest, but not bad. 295 yards in the fairway. He'll need to be strong with this. Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster instead. Actually, a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green.
There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Well, Frank, as we know, golf is not played generally on a flat surface, and here we go, uphill.
Yeah, and the uphill lie is going to guarantee you more loft than normal. So you're going to have to counteract that with maybe an extra club.
Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Locked in on the read and the speed. Well, that was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
No, sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Fowler attempting this for par. Hasn't been easy, but he'll take it. That's a par. 3 over for the day. Just a couple of feet. Bit unfortunate. Loses a shot here with that bogey. Now the par 3, 13th hole. Frank, this one 210 yards.
Very, very good par 3. This is actually a big green. It's 37 yards deep, but it actually plays small. There's a front right portion, there's a roll-off area in the middle, and there's a roll-off area in the back. So don't be deceived by the size of this green. You better be pitching that tee shot right bang in the middle.
That was like Usain Bolt, Frank, right through the tape.
Yeah, that first step, that was never going to stop. Second shot.
Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that. Frank, a little chip shot here from the fringe. Now, a lot of options. I've seen some players hit 6-iron. Others will shut down like a sand wedge.
Yeah, there's two schools of thought. Some people just try and perfect like one club. But really, the best chippers chip with a variety of clubs.
And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. Oh, he's gonna love it.
How far was that? That was miles away.
Settles in over the putt. Rough day so far, 4 over par on the round. Well, now we come to the really interesting 345-yard par 4 14th. Frank, I'm thinking that if you're leading, you're probably not going to try to drive this and take on the risk with the water on the left. But if you're behind, you have a chance to make up some ground.
Yeah, I have it written in my yardage book, Rich, on this hole. Only good and bad things happen with the driver, nothing in between. Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. He's going to have to find something, Frank, other than the rough.
Yeah, there's hitting it right and there's hitting it left, but when you've got to go out of both barrels, the game becomes hard.
This one doesn't look good.
There's water over there.
He went for the brief swim there, Frank. He's trying to stay dry now.
He is, just trying to avoid water on the brain as well. This will take a good swing.
Third shot now after the last one found the deep blue.
Well, you can still minimize the damage here. It's only one bad shot that you got punished for.
Leaves that one about 20 feet out from the cup. Nicely played shot. Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Ricky looking at the lip, eyeing it for par. Well, you could see he thought he had that.
It looked in the whole way until the end.
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Pride of Auburn, Alabama, Jason Dufner with a birdie. So that's a drop shot. We're now teed up at the 15th hole. It is the final par 5 here at Quail Hollow, 577 yards. And Frank, I remember this hole well. McIlroy stiffed a 5-iron on his way to making eagle, his first PGA Tour win. That came back in 2010.
And the opportunity exists again here. Under 600 yards, plays downhill off the tee. Those two bunkers on the right are perfectly situated. That second one about 310 yards to it. So something straight at that one with a little draw will set up that mid-iron or long iron that has to be hit very high and uphill.
Good news is, Frank, you can see the golf ball. I guess the bad news is that's kind of an uncertain lie in that mulch.
Yeah, there's nothing really good about that. You'd rather it be in the rough.
This one is definitely heading left. Looks like it is going to end up in the rough. Frank, ball is in the rough here. What are the problems on this next shot?
Well, this is really where the skill level comes in. A good part. This is where the good player separates himself from the rest.
Second shot coming up here at the par 5. Frank, who knows, with a green mile looming ahead starting at 16, this might be the last great chance for a player to really make something happen.
And Rich, you're going to have to get a very high second shot, something that gets up very quickly. And the reason why, I don't think there's a flat portion on this green.
So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. Just trying to make clean contact from the rough. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Get in. Yes, good putt. Dufner trying to call a birdie. Dufner drops the birdie putt. At last, we have arrived at the start of one of the most daunting finishing stretches in all of golf. They call it the Green Mile, 16, 17, and 18 here at Quail Hollow. The 16th is a par 4, 508 yards, Frank.
And this hole was made even more difficult when they pushed that green further left to bring the water more in play with the second shot. I mean, it's a great par 4. It's strong in every single department.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. No fairway here, this one in that rough. Second from an excellent lie. That one ends up in the rough.
Oh, that went sideways.
Just in the first cut of rough, not a bad lie. The only issue is he might get a jumper here. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Not quite where he was aiming. That one far to the left, but still on the green. This is a long putt. Really, the key is the speed. If it drops, that's a bonus. So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Man,
I just pushed it.
boy, that hurts. All right, hanging in. That's a par and 4 over. So just a formality here. So 2 over par for the round. Frank, the 17th here at Quail Hollow. It is all you want.
And a bit more, actually. The only advantage the player has that plays a little bit downhill. But when you look at the lake in front of you, if there's any swirling breeze out there, it just becomes a nightmare trying to choose the right club.
Had the club face open just a bit at impact, and that one moves considerably to the right of the flagstick.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
This long putt for birdie could be a tough one here. Yeah, that's a good putt right there. From that distance, he'll settle. Jason Dufner with a birdie bid. Beautiful stroke right there. Finds the bottom of the cup with ease. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Those keep the round going, those par putts. Here we are, the 18th hole at Quail Hollow. Simply put, Frank, a player needs to hit maybe his best tee shot of the day.
I would agree with you, Rich. If you were to measure this hole from trees on the left to trees on the right, it's actually a really wide fairway or expansive land. But that creek that just meanders its way through the middle of this hole completely changes the nature of this hole. And consequently, you hit the nail on the head. If you don't hit a good tee shot, you will rack up something here. And I've got no idea how big it would be. Oh, if this is up, it's good.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one. Oh, that had some meat behind it.
Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another.
Wrong way pattern all day long. And this is just brutal. How tough is this going to be now from the rough, Frank?
Oh, it's tough to say, Rich. I mean, so much is going to depend on that lie. I'm going to need a little bit of luck.
Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one.
This has to go in the hazard.
He needs to get up or it's... He went for the brief swim there, Frank. He's trying to stay dry now.
He is. Just trying to avoid water on the brain as well. This will take a good swing.
So this is his 4th shot after the last one found the water.
It's not all over, but right now, too, he's staring down the barrel of a very bad hole.
He'll need to be strong with this. Miss-hit, wrong club. What happened there, Frank?
All the above, maybe. It's a little bit of a head scratcher. It wasn't that hard a shot.
And he's made the green. Not in the fairway, but not too bad. Just in that first cut. Locked in on the read and the speed.
Good read, good line, well played.
Dufner trying to get out of here with just a bogey. Frankie just can't seem to put it together today.
Yeah, really, you've got to go back to that double bogey, Rich, because ever since then, it's been like a different player. And that's one thing that you have to get over, experience-wise. Somehow you've got to let that go, but it is easier to say and harder to do.